Hey VW lovers, here is episode 24 of A Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. Today, other than usual errand runnings and that kind of nonsense, pretty much focused on getting the 66 Beetle back together. Those of you that have been watching may remember I installed some front suspension that was provided by the owner of this car before. It turned out to be pretty poor quality uh, front beam. It was a 2-inch narrow beam. I'm not going to mention where he got it from, but it was really tight. The arms were binding. The thing was just kind of a mess. The car pretty much rode like it had no front suspension at all. So we ended up getting a really nice front beam from Aircooled Vintage Works. Installed that today. Went together beautifully. The arms are moving nice and freely. It's looking good. So yeah, this car, hopefully, I think tomorrow I'm gonna take it for a spin. The only thing I have to do is put the gas tank back in it, fired up. I've already done an alignment on the car. I checked with the alignment shop next door. These guys, well, you can't really see it, Candido's. Yeah, he kind of said he didn't really like doing alignment on these Beetles. He said he could do it, but he didn't seem very confident, so I went ahead and did it myself. I've got some tools for those things. If anyone's interested in doing alignment on their Beetle themselves, there's tons and tons of information on the web on how to do it, and pretty much you can go as simple as strings and tape measures, or you can go a little more sophisticated anywhere in between. I guess I'm probably somewhere in between. I do have a pretty nice long Acker gauge that can measure camber and caster. Really nice setup. Don't remember how much it was, but if anyone's doing their own alignments, this thing is pretty handy. Again, you can check camber and caster with it. I use this to set the red car up, the race car, kind of dial in the suspension on that one. The other one, which is not too terribly expensive, is a set of toe plates. Basically, the way these things work, for those of you that don't know, is you put one of these against each wheel, pretty much like that, squared up. There's one on each side, and then there is a pair of matching tape measures that go through these slots here on each side, and then to the toe plate on the opposite side. And then you just read at the back of the wheel and at the front of the wheel, the difference is your toe in or toe out. So really simple, and I think more precise than just trying to measure against the tread of the tire. But you know, there's nothing wrong with that if you're kind of a backyard mechanic or working on your own car. You want to save a little money, not buy the toe plates, then you can get a pretty decent alignment. But yeah, a lot of alignment shops don't really want to touch these things, and or they don't know how to work on them. They're really not that hard, but again, we'll take this thing for a spin tomorrow, see how it's doing. The customer mentioned before the car was wandering a bit on the freeway, and I think that was probably more a symptom of his steering being really stiff and not really responsive. That was one of the issues that we were solving with this car. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Right now I've got it set at, I think, about 3/16 of front toe in, which is within spec, and the camber, I think I'm about positive half a degree or so both sides, which is pretty much about factory spec on these things. So anyway, yeah, nice to work with, nice suspension components, went together very easy. Thanks again to Jason for the nice setup. I don't know how much you'll be able to see here. Can't really see a lot, but anyway, yeah, super nice setup. This is his 2-inch beam that you can't really see because it's too dark. Oh, you'll have to take my word for it. Really nice, went together beautifully. Very easy to assemble, very high quality components. And so, yeah, hopefully this will be it for this car. The customer will be happy. I did set it a little bit higher than it was before. We'll see how he likes it. We can always dump it down a little bit more if he wants. It was pretty slammed in front before, but in interest of him having a comfortable ride and more suspension travel, I kind of erred on the side of setting the car a little bit higher than it was before. So hopefully he likes it. If not, then there's plenty of adjustment. We can go a bit lower And I'm also suggesting that he put some slightly smaller tires on the front. These are stock size tires, front and back. He's in the process of getting some new rims for it, so smaller tires will help a lot, and then we can go a little lower on the suspension if he wants. But there you go, that was pretty much it for today. Didn't really touch this one any. Rafa worked on the 64 One family car. I think he got the pedal assembly mostly installed, looking good. Again, from Scott at Pedalworks. And then he worked on the rear brakes. I think they're almost done. Some other odds and ends. He hooked up the clutch cable, and I think, yeah, he's got the throwout bearing in there. So pretty much progress on this 64 Beetle chassis. I think he put the shifter on today. I don't think that was on before. So yeah, pretty much just attaching things to the chassis at this point. We did source the correct color knob for it. We had it in our stash here. I don't remember the name of the color, but it's kind of a grayish blue color. I know it looks sort of tan there, but if you see it next to an ivory one, you can tell it's a different color. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoy this, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks.